Gentlemen, good afternoon. Today I am from Bhatiri Golf Club, sitting right now in the lobby of Bhatiri Golf Club, Chittagong. And as scheduled, free schedule, we have got today our guest, Wing Commander Arun Singh from India. He is presently the president of Golf Course Superintendent and Manager Association of India. Beside that, he was former Director General of Indian Golf Union, IGU, and also he was former Secretary of renowned Delhi Golf Club. So we'll talk to him. Sir, welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, Major Mahmood. Thank you for getting me on the show.
Sir, first I would like to know from you about your association that is called Golf Course Superintendent and Manager Association of India. I want to know about little more about the association. What is this association about and what you are doing now, so that our audience understand and we can also look forward to other countries like Bangladesh also. We'll come later, but then first, if you can say about your association of Golf Course Superintendent and Manager Association.
See, we are an 18-year-old association now. We had very humble beginnings like everything else. We started, we realized that as far as the greenkeeping was concerned, or the golf course managers were concerned, they always remained in the background. Primarily, and there's nothing wrong with their being in the background, but there is if you don't pay any attention to them. So in order to get some more attention to them, and in order to improve the education and information available for golf keeping, for greenkeeping, we began this association. And India being a developing golf country, it is not entirely a developed golf country like US or Western world or Japan. So there are a lot of small golf courses where the manager, maybe the secretary or the golf course manager, who doubles up as a superintendent also. That is the reason we are a superintendent and managers association. So we later also added some portfolio about golf club management. Primarily, our main focus is on golf course management, but we also focus a little bit on golf club management. And slowly we have had, we have increased the numbers, and we currently now have about 150 members of this association, including a few corporates. The industry supports us, and we are very grateful to industry for their support. We are partners. I mean, we like to think of industry and superintendents as partners to promote the game. If you really want the game to grow, every skill which is associated with the game must grow and grow. Without a good golf course, without good facilities, a particular level, beyond a particular level, our players cannot reach. In fact, when I used to run Golden Greens, Siddiqur Rahman came to me and he stayed with us for a few months, and what a tremendous great work ethic he used to have. So I have had some great connection with some of the older, some not older, they're young, some of the earlier professionals which Bangladesh produced. So some of the earlier professionals used to come and stay with us and learn there, because we had a nice range and we had a pretty nice golf course. So, and it was possible for Siddiqur Rahman or someone else to grow primarily because not only we provided them opportunity or time and place, but also because the golf course was in great great condition, and they could actually go and excel in the higher tools. So it is important that we keep upgrading our skills all the time. So
okay, sir. I mean,
what we do.
Okay. So
And
basically,
what we also do is we also conduct a lot of seminars. We do some regional seminars, and we try in India now to go out major metros. Otherwise, what happens is the major metros have got all the golf clubs, all the bigger golf clubs. All the golf clubs with great history have their own arrogance. They have, we know it all kind of attitude. And what is important is the people who are in the middle of the rung or maybe lower in the rung, they need much more help. So we try and provide as much help as we can.
Okay. So I got your point. So do you have any relation with Asian golf industry that you know?
Yes. We have with Asian Golf Industry Federation, AGIF. We have also do cooperate with them in the online education. And we are
Okay.
in next 2, 3, 4 years, if we have enough subscribers in India and we can manage the money, then probably we'll have their session in India itself.
Okay. Okay. That's great. So, as I understand, sir, your association is basically you are developing the course general managers, club general managers, and also course superintendent, increasing
Yes,
their awareness. And
absolutely. That's absolutely right. In a sense, you can say that we are the parallel golf pros, the people who are behind the scenes, people who keep the golf clubs and golf courses going, but they are professionals in their own right. So we are an association of those professionals, the less
okay.
seen professionals.
So, do you have any kind of course like on turf management or course setup, green marking, green
Oh yes, yes.
course
That
marking?
we have. That we have. That's a very small thing. I mean, that's
Okay.
a smaller part of our thing that we definitely have. But we have a lot of technical stuff, fertilizers, irrigation, grasses, surfaces, root zones. Uh, plus, actually, a golf course superintendent and or a golf club manager must know how to mark the club, how to mark the the golf course, how to take care of spectator management, how to take the traffic management. That's definitely part of it.
Okay. So course setup, course marking, both you teach in some.
Absolutely, absolutely, we do.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so being as I am interested because I am also sir qualified a rules official. So there,
Yeah.
our rules official they do mark the course and set up at their own. At times in our country, third world country like us, we lack a proper course superintendent who know how to mark course or set up a course or tree setup. So thank you very much for that information. So now I want to know about you. I found
Can,
your
can, can I
you had
interrupt you there a little bit?
go ahead, go ahead.
See, when you're talking about rules official, ultimately the responsibility of course setup is of the rules official for that particular day. But
Right,
it will
right.
always have a big help if the superintendent knows and he understands the language. So if
Correct, sir.
rules official tells the superintendent and then they can work together, it will be so much better and so much more efficient.
Correct, sir. That we lack in our countries. The rules officially in one line, course manager is another line.
Yes.
Sir, sir, next I want to know you had been for a long time in IGU, Indian Golf
Yes.
Union, and
Yes.
also I found you were secretary of Delhi Golf Club, and also another
Yes.
golf club called Golden Green. If I'm not wrong.
Yes. I was there. Golden Greens. Yes.
Okay, sir. Can you tell us about those period when you had been in IGU and others?
See, Indian Golf Union, as you know, is like your Bangladesh Golf Union. It was the
Okay,
only body available in India from 1955 onwards. And credit goes to RNA that after the countries became independent, Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, everyone, or even Burma, etc. Credit goes to them that they tried to encourage formation of golf union. Now, the golf union in India also began the professional tour in the 70s. The professional tour was run by Indian Golf Union. But later in 80s, they helped making a professional golf association of India, an association of pros, and they gave it up. And primarily, in my view, the major role which a golf union is supposed to play in our kind of countries, apart from running tournaments, apart from doing excellence, is to grow the game. And I think in everyone's memorandum, the clause one is all about the game. And growing the game is giving opportunities to new people. It's giving opportunities to understand. Even if you don't produce champions in villages and smaller places, at least they should be able to understand. One of the challenges I'm sure you must be facing, people who are in authority in the government, politics, higher echelons of bureaucracy, they have never had an opportunity to understand this game. We have inherited from the British during the British Raj, all the Scottish people. It was open only to the Europeans actually. So the natives, you and I and others, we did not have any opportunity to learn. After they left, these golf courses, some of them closed down, and whatever was salvaged by people who had only seen that aspect. So we became more and more exclusive. So while the clubhouse can be exclusive, but I think we need to have certain amount of inclusiveness all over. I mean, you see your own Kurmi Tola, when Bangladesh Golf Union created that program for caddies, etc. You produce so many great Sohail and Siddiqur Rahman and all those good players because they got an opportunity. But this opportunity was limited to those caddies who are living in Dhaka. This opportunity was not given, is not available. It's not that it has not been. It's not available to a college kid, to school kid. You need to include these people also, primarily because if you want an audience, you want spectators, you want more sponsors, you need more and more people to watch the game. More and more people have to be involved. So this old-fashioned thing about golf only being meant for networking, to my mind, is limiting the game. The game has to become inclusive. It has to become much bigger. It will not become football as big as football in Bangladesh, but it can definitely be 10 times the size which it is.
Okay, sir, I understand. Sir, can you mention the period when you had been in IGU and other two, especially Delhi Golf Club?
I was there in IGU in 2014 to 2017. I was there in Delhi Golf Club from 12 to 14. I was there in Golden Greens from 2005 to 2012. So I have continuously done something.
So you are, I mean, you have long passion for golf. It is understood. Why
in fact, I came to.
Go ahead, sir.
In fact, I came to Kurmi Tola as a rules official when you had the first
Asian Development Tour.
Yes, Asian Development.
In 2010-11.
Was that Asian? Yeah, 10-11, correct. It was done by Bank of America, I think.
American Express. No,
American
Bank of
Express.
America. American Express Cup.
Express.
Sir,
American Express had sponsored.
I was also involved that time, but I was not involved as rules official.
The Air Force Chief.
Yeah. Air Marshal, and also Brigadier Selim Akhtar was there. Brigadier Abid was there with you. If you were there in rules official, Sampath was there.
Sampath was there, absolutely.
Sir.
Sampath, of course, a different level altogether.
Okay.
So
okay, sir.
Is very good, and I'm not at his level, so.
Okay. Sir, I want to know, sir, about that. Because I was seeing Indian Golf Union for long time, like from 2010. Mr. Tushar, and now some DGs, maybe some Major General, or I forgot his name.
Yes, Major General Bhushan is there.
Sir. So once you had been up to 17, that means I have come across with you. Maybe we have not seen each other, but I have talked a number of times to Mr. Tushama at least.
No, we must have definitely talked to her. In fact, I told someone that I think I know Mahmood.
Okay, sir. Sir, I want to know about the development program. Why I'm interested? Because I was in Bangladesh Golf Federation. Now I am with BPGA, Professional Golf Association. I've changed my trademark.
Okay.
I've come from every profession. But I have seen the Indian Golf Union as a devastating. I mean, the word is not correct, but then they have a vigorous development program, underage programs. They pick up the junior, then the senior. I mean, middle age.
Indian Golf Union has got Indian Golf Union has got a very good tournament program. We conduct a lot of competitions. In a year, we must be conducting 70 odd competitions across all age groups. But I have the belief that was not enough. I think we need to go beyond that, and we needed to go. See what happens when you only do competitions and you only do merit lists in every age group. It does motivate a section of people who are good, but it only promotes excellence program. It does not promote a grassroots program. So I would also like a grassroots program to be added, where you're only creating awareness about people, about the game. Even if people did not play and they did not become champions, it was fine, as long as they appreciate the game. Even if they learn about the game, and maybe after 5 years when they get an opportunity they can play, even that is progress to my mind. In fact, I'll give you an example which we do it, which we have supported from this association, from the Golf Superintendent Association. There's a small place called Nasik near Bombay and Pune in India, and there is a friend of mine, former Air Force officer, who used his own land to build a small golf course. and I helped him because I was DG of IGU that particular time. Everyone said that because it's in a small place, the golf course will not make money, which was true. But I suggested to him, and he agreed that we should take it in a different tack. We should use it as a promotional golf course. It is something which is engaged in getting more and more people. We have had struggles, but till date we have probably got 3,000 government school children to come and experience a day or two of golf. We got 100 teachers to come and do it. And because we have done this at a local level, the government of Maharashtra has now got involved in promoting golf. Otherwise, till now, even when in my days in IGU, government always thought it is an elite game. It is full of money. You don't need any support, etc., etc. So now government has come in, and the state government is supporting it. And I think we need to have more and more initiatives like that. We need to increase the number of golfers in our countries. And the number of golf courses, not only the number should increase, what should increase, the age of people who play golf should go down. We cannot have the old age homes as golf courses.
Yes. So you are absolutely correct. We have to go to the villages and the districts and the counties and the
Absolutely.
states.
And
We have to
also,
spread
and
the,
also, and also, they should start young.
yes,
I mean, you look at that boy called Sohail, who was very, very good. I mean, why was he good? Because I think he was 17 years old when he won All India Amateur.
yeah,
16.
yeah.
Sorry. So,
Sorry.
and when you're young, you're fearless. You don't worry about looking foolish. You will learn better. You'll become a greater player. And Sidhu, of course, his work ethic was amazing.
Sir, I'll come back. Please stand by. I find a lot of comments from a lot of audience putting in, like Jai Sharma from India is writing, "Hello, Mr. Ake sir. Mr. Jai Sharma, nice to see you." Mr. Nikhil Sharma he's one of the most knowledgeable people in Indian golf. So people are writing very high remarks about you, sir. And then
Thank you so much.
yeah. So from Bangladesh, Mr. Jamal from KGC. Mr.
Oh, Jamal is also there. I know Jamal. So
He's not that Jamal sir, maybe somebody else.
okay.
That is Jamal Hussain Mullah that you are talking about.
Yeah. Jamal Mullah,
That's good. Professional. And Mr. Delar Hussain, very good initiative with informative discussion. Okay, we just started and with the midway of the discussion. Please be with us and give a like to our page so that this helps our cause. Basically, we are a non-profit organization. We just do this for the last 82 episode we have done. And the main cause is to spread golf, talk golf, spreading golf throughout the country. Right now, I'm sitting in a golf course. It's called Jidang Bhateri Golf Course, and in the lobby of Bhateri Golf Course. I came here from some other job, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to talk to Sir because he is, as Nikhil said, he's one of the most knowledgeable person I could understand, and that's why I was very interested and I just connected him, sir. Sir, my next question, sir, about Indian golf. I know they have been having a number of development programs. They have been throwing number of potential young golfers to PGTI. As I am personally involved with PGTI, I was involved in number of tournaments in India also. I found one after another young guys are coming from IGU ranks, and they were nurtured by IGU for long years. And they are, by their skill, by seeing their game, I understood IGU has spent time and effort behind them, especially those before 2018, 2019. I mean, that means that they have come ages from your time. So my next point is, sir, what do you think that beside IGU, beside IGU, I mean, for amateur, it is the IGU. But for professionals, what kind of effort IGU is taking?
See what I told you, that as far as IGU was concerned, IGU started professional golf in India in 70s. The first professional tour which started in India was started by IGU, and of course the Indian Open. But when you're talking about my tenure, my time in IGU, I headed the IGU, and I was very clear that IGU was a body which was there meant to provide service. And players were important. Players had to be empowered. Players were not to be treated like school kids. You were not supposed to tell them you turn left and turn right and turn back and go forward. So there is a lot of tendency in us, all of us, and it's particularly true in the subcontinent, for us to use our power to deny things. That is one. And number two thing is, when we try to teach people, we try to teach people that you got to imitate me. In my personal view, kids learn more from doing rather than imitating. And what I did try was I provided a voice to the parents. And let me be honest, parents are self-centered. They have only they're only interested in their own children. So some pressures which they put on IGU is unfair. But despite that, I recognize the fact that without the sacrifice of the parents, these kids would not be playing the circuit. So because of that, even if they were being a little unfair, I always gave them a hearing. I always was approachable. And I think the kids have to be treated like stars, even if they're 12-year-olds, 15-year-olds. They have to be given a limelight. We had the All India championship in my time, whether the boys or the girls. The first one that we had in my time, I put posters in the golf course of the players who were playing, the top eight. I put player posters, and I was asked this question by someone very knowledgeable, that who is going to look at this. My answer was, if no one, at least those kids will look at it, their parents will look at it, people who know them will look at it, they will feel good. And Udayan Mane, who's now a very, very good player,
Number one, basically.
he had played the championship, and he came and met me and he said, it felt so good, sir, to look at our own pictures into the. And it was there on the first tee and 10th tee. You got to treat people as stars. You got to also understand people are skeptical.
Yeah.
You got to understand that when you give an opportunity to 10 players, only one will become a champion. Or maybe 20 players, only one will become a champion. So this of some getting left out, left behind is natural. You should not see it as failure. This is not failure.
No.
This is, you got to give opportunity to more and more people, and let them go play more tournaments. And the more they play, I'll again come back to my original point. I think we need to widen our circuit. So we started, in my time, we also started a grade B tour, which became a regional tour. I also think that Bangladesh Golf Union, Indian Golf Union, other unions must understand and must change with times. Today, the kids have got so much of pressure. India is a large country. If you make people travel all over the country, it's expensive. The moment it becomes expensive, you're making sure that some people who are below a particular level of affluence cannot participate in these tournaments, which means you are taking them out of a merit list. You need more regional tournaments. You need more tournaments nearer home, which could be only 1 day or 2 days. You don't have to have everything 72 holes. But I tried to create a pyramid. And unless you create a pyramid, you're not going to get champions. Some of the champions which we get are despite the system. It's not because of the system. It's like, you look at cricket in Pakistan. Such great cricketers come in without having a system. Imagine what would have happened if they had a nice pyramid coming.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so I think the union and the professionals both have to create, even the professional, since we are in the professional tour, a tour has to be created a much lower price money tour, much lower, which only meets the expenses. But it must reward those people who are also trying.
Yeah.
Everyone will not become a Tiger Woods. Everyone will not become a Siddiqur Rahman. So what about those people who are trying?
That's you're telling about feeder tour, creating more feeder tours. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Sir, I got your point. Sir, now my next point is...
and sorry, just one more point.
Sir, go ahead.
Take one more step forward. Go to schools and give some awareness lessons.
Yeah.
Give them a presentation. Show them how the game is played. Remove the mystery from this game.
Yeah.
Demystify this game. People think that this game is very mysterious. You are from Bangladesh. When you were young, I'm sure the cricket was not very popular. And look at what your cricketers have done now.
Right.
And people must have thought cricket was a very complicated game. You played in all whites. You have 25 different rules. You have run out. You have LPW, etc. Golf is simple. So I think we need to learn lessons from games like cricket.
Right. Sir, come back. Sir, like Mr. Pantrapura joined us. Hi, AK. Nice to hear you. I'm sure this is from Assam. Roots official, Mr. Pantrapura. He's right. He has written a good remarks for you. He's listening after a long time. So nice to see you, Mr. Pantur, also from Assam. Okay, sir. Your my next point is: had you been in Bangladesh? And you told me you visited Bangladesh, but I want to know.
Yes,
You said in 2010-11. So
yes.
your association, that is Golf Course Superintendent and Managers Association, how can be Bangladesh benefited out of your present activity? What kind of
See what?
initiative? Yeah, go ahead.
See, we are a non-profit organization, so we don't do anything for profit.
Okay.
At the same time, we have to be realistic enough about our expenses. Would be very happy to engage with Bangladesh. If you have an association or if you have few golf course superintendents, we would be happy if they became our members. Be happy to come to Bangladesh and do a seminar, etc. We'll be very happy. I mean, to my mind, the more knowledge which we share among our neighborhood, especially in this subcontinent, better off we are. And or maybe we can do something in Calcutta, and people can come easily to Calcutta, uh, or we can do something in Dhaka, wherever. And if we could find a small sponsor to take care of some of the expenses, that would be great. Otherwise, even if that is not there, we'll be happy to help. Even if that is not
So,
there, we'll probably find some sponsors.
sir, my point is, what's about this becoming member of your association? What is the
Oh,
procedure if they want?
yeah, it's available. It's available. Just let me know, and it's available. We'll facilitate that.
Is
That's
online? You have a
Yes,
website?
yes, online, everything online, and it's
I
very and it's not expensive. It's I
What is
think
the
six
name of
thousand
your
rupees.
website, sir? If I can recollect,
It is GCSNMAI. There'll be a website there.
okay. Just 1 second, sir. Let me show it on the screen by writing for you. So can you go ahead again? GC
GCS and MAI, all capitals.
GCMS GCSMS.
GCS, yeah,
Then,
GCS and MAI.
sir, let me show it, sir. Is it okay? Showing. Is it okay, sir?
Yeah, this is perfect.
Okay. So if anybody writes this in Google, there it will take to them to your website.
Yes, absolutely. There's also an info ID there. You can go there,
Okay.
and it's I think 6,000 Indian rupees for life. So it's nothing much.
Okay. And normal member,
And when we sorry,
general member, or
and,
any other category member.
oh yes, I'll send it to you.
Okay, sir. Okay, okay. That's okay. So my to my audience, especially those are
You can even give
course.
my number. That's not a problem.
Okay, course administrator, especially course managers, club GMs, and the course superintendents. Those who are interested to become member, like Asian Golf Industry, India has this. It is called Golf Course Superintendent and Manager Association. So you can member there. You can earn knowledge online and also physically. You can invite the association people from India, like sir.
And
We come Arun Singh. Long time he is involved with golf. Sir, for lastly, I want to know, because we are overshooting our time, sir, your experience in subcontinent. Yeah, your PGTI is a good platform. You have a very good platform at the start called IGU. Then you are throwing this amateur to the professional rank in PGTI, and then they're often
yes,
going to Asian Tour and then European Tour and other tours. But in Bangladesh, a country like Bangladesh, in the other third world country, we have lackings. We don't have a proper amateur structure or professional structure. So, what would be your advice if we want to make some more structures like IGU or PGTI for Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, those are coming in the Gulf, I mean, newly? What would be your advice from your long experience?
see, I think the one thing which I will suggest for the Bangladesh Golf Union would be to devise few competitions for beginners. They could be even 3-hole courses or 6-hole. I can understand the number of golf courses in Bangladesh is lesser. So what you have to look at it is whether you can play some kind of golf in a football ground, which is available at a lot of
Yeah,
places. Whether
yeah,
you can have competitions, something like what USGA does, chip
right.
drive and putt, chip drive and putt competition. You got to make golf interesting for kids. I think every one of us makes that mistake of trying to become very serious. You got to wear Oakley glasses, wear a cap, look very nice. I think our countries, those lot of children cannot afford that. We cannot keep making this as a colonial game. I think create some kind of competitions where people can come, wear flippers and come and play. They could wear shorts and come and play. Don't restrict kids. I mean, kids have this ability to learn a lot on their own. So create a little bit of train the trainers, create a little bit of small facilities. Maybe it could be 2-hole facility, 3-hole facility. It could be chip part, something which catches the imagination of the young kids. And I would suggest that Bangladesh Golf Union should conduct championships for young kids. I'm talking about below 12 or below 13. Those kids should be able to play some very simple, innovative tournaments. It could be chip try putt, it could be just a chip and putt competition. It could be and fun. I mean, I would suggest that get in touch with a company called Golfin in Scotland. Does great program for school kids. Great program with academics. I mean, golf in school with academics.
Okay. Great. Sir, great. Sir, it's pleasure to hear your all good advices and good words for golf development.
These are suggestions, not
yes.
advice.
Sir, anything else that you have to tell us?
No, I for one think that Bangladesh has got great future in golf. I'll tell you the reason. Firstly, the economy, if you see last 10 years, the economy in Bangladesh has improved tremendously. Your growth rate is probably the best in this side of Asia.
Right.
You have great, there's a great population, great subsection of population, the women who are involved in working now. Some of the women should come inside golf. And golf is something that suits women in our subcontinent, primarily because it is no contact. Your clothes are very conservative, so it suits their particular temperament. I think more women should get involved, more kids should get involved. And Bangladesh, if you see, it has been crazy about sports always. I mean, you see a World Cup and you have Argentina and Brazil flags and all kinds of things happening. Yeah, there's a war being fought for Brazil, there's a war being fought for Argentina, another one for Germany. With that kind of passion, and if your more kids played golf, and with this economy coming in, probably the unrest which is there in unemployed youth will also reduce. I think Bangladesh has got great future, but they must understand that this is the elitism has to be taken out. You keep Kurmitola Golf Club as elitist, fine, but create some other facility which are not elitist.
Correct.
I mean, I know Major Mahmood and you and your superiors would not like to do that.
No. What you are talking. This is the message that I am carrying through, sir. Right now, I am sitting in I'm in southeast corner of the country in Chittagong. Maybe many PGTA guys, those who are logged in, they know this place. It is called Bhattiari.
Yeah.
Bhattiari Golf and Country Club. So only one international tournament.
This is another good golf club actually. I was supposed to be here and then I couldn't come that year. So.
Yeah, Bhattiari. Beside that, we have few other also, sir, in Shabar, Army Golf Course, Kumilla Golf Course, 18 holes. So this is one of the best 18-hole courses where one PGTA always take place in a year.
Yes.
Other than no international tournament, but normal tournaments. I'm sitting right here now today. So thank you very much, sir, for your time, valuable time, sir. It was a great pleasure to listen to you.
Thank you, Major Mahmood.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Good luck to Bangladesh. Good luck.
Looking forward to talk to you once again, taking some more time.
Anytime.
Sir, thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
With this I hand.
Have a nice day.
Sir, with this
Have a
I
nice day and
sir.